The midnight bell tolled, jerking me awake. I lay for a moment disorientated and afraid. My mind was filled with the flapping rags of dreams. I opened my eyes and felt my spirits sink as I recognized the dirty curtain that divided my bed from the others in the dormitory. Wearily I sat up, sliding my poor cold feet out, seeking my night shoes. It seemed a long time since my feet had last felt warm. Every night I slept curled in a ball like a wood mouse, my feet wrapped in the hem of my chemise, my dress and my cloak spread over the top of my thin blanket for added warmth, perfect for quick dressing in the middle of the night. I wish I had known nuns were woken up at midnight to pray. I'd have taken my chances with being exiled. Somehow I had thought that nuns lived a life of idle luxury with servants to wait on them, and nothing to do all day but say the occasional rosary and make the occasional genuflection. I had heard stories of nuns who kept lapdogs, held parties in their cells at night, and smuggled their lovers in with the laundry. Perhaps such stories were true of other convents, but sadly they were not at all true of Jersey-en-Brie. Mère Notre and the other senior nuns took the laws of clausura seriously indeed. The windows were kept shuttered and barred, the gates were double-locked, and the walls were so high that I had not seen a bird or a cloud since I had arrived here. In all the weeks I had been here I had seen no one but nuns and lay sisters, women who had come to the abbey without a dowry, and so were not permitted to take full vows. Like me, they wore a plain dark dress, an apron, and heavy clogs, their hair covered with a white cap with a veil hanging down the back. They did most of the work, though the nuns each had their chores to do as well. Not even serving women were allowed in the convent. Nanette had offered to join the community as a lay sister so that she could serve me, but Sœur Teresa had told her that novices were not permitted to have servants, and she would be put to work scrubbing out the pigsty or some such nonsense. So Nanette went back to the Château de Cazeneuve, prepared to beg my sister to ask her husband, the Marquis de Théobon, to intercede on my behalf with the king. I knew it was no use. Théobon was too fat and lazy to bother to travel to Versailles, and the king never granted favours to noblemen who chose to stay on their estates, instead of joining the whirligig of life at court. "I do not know him," he would say, and flick the letter away. I had been allowed to see Nanette before she left, though we were separated by an iron grill so thick that we could not touch more than a fingertip. "They will not let me stay with you," she wept. "Me, who has looked after you since you were no more than a tiny flea." "Don't cry, Nanette," I told her. "You don't want to be locked up in here with me, I promise you. The food is dreadful." "Oh, Bonbon, I don't like to leave you here." "You must," I said. "You'll do more good nagging my brother-in-law to get off his fat arse and help me than scrubbing out pigsties, I assure you." I had heard nothing since she left. Nuns were not permitted to receive letters. Sœur Emmanuelle took great pleasure in informing me. The only break from dreary routine was the monthly arrival of the priest to take confession and give mass. And you cannot count that as seeing a man. Even if you consider a priest a man, which I don't, I never actually saw him. He was just a shadow and a sweaty smell and a mumble and a grumble. And what did I have to confess? Locked away here with all these old women. Wishing the food was better? Wishing I had a man in my bed to keep me warm? Confessing that I'd woken up more than once with my body twisting with desire, my dreams filled with images of Charles. "What I wouldn't give to see a man," I exclaimed one morning as the other novices and I swept and dusted the dormitory. "A young, comely one, preferably, but I swear any man would do." The other novices giggled nervously. "Oh, you mustn't say such things." Sœur Irène looked over her shoulder. "The butcher comes in autumn to slaughter the pigs," Sœur Juliette said. "But we all have to stay in our cells till he's gone."